I welcome you to the final video on the NASCAR Kodak Cup Series for season number 3. Today, we're going to be looking at the overall, stats and who was your champion. As we know right now that I haven't posted a video on the championship yet, which would probably have been about 1 or 2 weeks after the championship decider. But due to that, we're going to have to go off of statistics, and we'll find out who the champion is later in the video. However, we first got to get through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Throughout the entire season, MWRT was the best racing game for us. It produced really good racing, it produced great finishes, and with them being on the playlist, NASCAR Kodak Cup Series Season 3 playlist, you should go check it out. It was a really fun time, especially with some newcomers joining and whatnot. But as we know, not all the time is our league the most popular. I know that. I created this league to have fun, but I also wanted more people to join. So I was trying to make something happen, get some other people to join by doing MWRT for a little bit in the league. That didn't really work out though. Not a lot of people joined, but still really good racing here in MWRT. You had like 3 wide action. You had the Indianapolis race, which was honestly really fun to watch. You had Daytona, 54 views, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, it's a lot. Not much do I get 54 views on a video, so the Daytona finish was fun. But also, you gotta think back to Nazareth, the first race of the season, where there was 5 cars that day. It was super fun, great racing, and towards the end, we had 5 cars under a blanket, 4 cars contending for a win. It was super fun racing. I enjoyed it because I know I was in the league just trying to help out. And yeah, big moments throughout this entire season. I mean, obviously the bad was the low people and stuff, and the ugly was not enough people and whatnot, but now, my season in the Kodak Cup Series was honestly not that bad. Ended up with 1 win. 1 win at at Las Vegas back in the regular season, before the regular season finale. But honestly, I had a really fun time racing against everyone. I had a lot of second place finishes, which made me really consistent. And honestly, I think I would be dominating the league, knowing how I'm really used to league racing on Roblox and whatnot. Because I've posted some RMCS stuff. I do run for the VRSA 2, which some stuff like that will come up. That's the Watkins Glen one that I didn't title. But overall, really good season. Now, JMO's season was weird, not showing up till Las Vegas with 2 races left in the regular season, but he had a pretty strong run when he had it. Las Vegas, he was doing pretty well, and anywhere else, he was actually doing pretty good. However, due to him missing the first, half of the season, it was due to some injury. With his finger breaking, so that was the main reason why he did not show up to most of the races, and therefore why we didn't have probably like 6 drivers at Nazareth. But as they do say, it's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. And this is where the 22 comes into play, because JMO was originally on Ryan's Hit the Pit Wall Racing team. However, after he was injured and didn't come back for a while, Ryan said, "I'm done. I don't want anyone on my team who's not winning right now." So he got fired at the end of Indianapolis. He got fired at the end of Las Vegas, but still ran the 22 for Indianapolis, but then switched over to my team for the 94 for the rest of the season. Overall, JMO's season was pretty good. We'll go on to Colin. Now this section's going to get a little bit weird, knowing that Colin was one of the guys who showed up the most. But if you've been paying attention in the NASCAR Kodak Cup Series, I may or may not have had to ban him for the rest of the season. I will be bringing him back for next season. However, his driving style was awful, just to say the least. I'll be trying to help it throughout the rest of the season. But overall, Colin's season was not the best. Got lapped at Nazareth. Also got lapped at Watkins Glen. Which, honestly, Watkins Glen was also where Anthony was lapped, so honestly, I don't blame them. They're pretty hard tracks. And, well, Colin's other starts at Dover included a DNF. He did the All-Star race, about won it, but didn't. That's about all I can think of right now, but Colin, when he wanted to shine, he did shine. Dover was one of his best racetracks by far. Seeing him up front some of the race, pretty good for the 32 machine. But besides that, it was not that good of a season. Still put him into the playoffs, but after he got banned, that took him out of contention. So Colin's season, I would say, was not the best, to say the least. Now, as Beckett joined later throughout the season, midway through the regular season, he had, honestly, one of the best runs you could ever have in the NASCAR Kodak Cup Series. Winning 2 races, them being the All-Star race at Avis and the Homestead Miami race, which was substituted for Nashville because of MWRT's Homestead not working. Beckett was a real threat in the playoffs. However, him missing the playoffs for that first round really hurted him really bad. And with JMO being out for the last round, Maxim took that spot, and he offered Beckett a ride for the final 2 races. So now Beckett has had a pretty good season overall. I mean, he's run up front multiple occasions. He had won Daytona if it wasn't for that just or that right front panel there on the 01 at Daytona. He could have won that easily. But without a doubt, it's been a great season for Beckett, and hopefully he'll have another good one, and maybe he'll make the championship next season. So overall, Beckett's season was, I'll give it about probably an A, because that's what you want, have some wins, and making the playoffs is one thing, but you kind of miss the playoffs. So I'll give it a B+ for Beckett's season. Now, this season, Ryan's number 9 had a stellar season, winning 9 races out of our, I think, 15, 16 race schedule. It was absolutely wild. But not only that, but his team absolutely went on fire this season, only having like 2 other drivers besides his team win all of those races. So Ryan and his team in general, beautiful season. I'm telling you, this was one to remember. And honestly, he probably could have won the championship on points if we had a awesome points standings and whatnot. However, we still have the playoffs in this format here in our series to make it a little more interesting, a little more spicy. But as you'll find out later in the video, it came out a little closer than expected. So we'll stick to the end to find out that. But overall, Ryan's season, A+. If there's an A++, take it. Ryan, good season. Really good, so like an A for him. Now I do gotta say, I took some consideration into this, and I decided not to do the full season points to decide your champion. I decided to do something different. I decided for that final round in the NASCAR Kodak Cup Series, we would be going over Rockingham and Phoenix. So, honestly, it came closer than you expected. With Ryan finishing second and first in the final round, and Isaac finishing first and third in that final round of the elimination, I knew it was going to come down to these final points, being the most laps led and the fastest lap. So without further ado, we're going to announce your champion right here, right now. Now, those final 2 races, Isaac led the most laps in Phoenix, but got the fastest lap in Rockingham. Ryan led the most laps in Rockingham, fastest lap in Phoenix. The question is, will it be enough for Isaac to clinch the championship? I think it's going to be Ryan because of that second place finish. But let me do the points real quick, and we're going to find out who your champion is for 2025 for season number 3. And just by 2 freaking points, Ryan is going to go for his 2nd straight championship in the NASCAR Kodak Cup Series. Congratulations to the number 9 machine. And, well, 2 points over Isaac is crazy, knowing how close that came. And knowing how close his almost victory at Darlington came at with chasing him, drag racing down the line. So first it was a margin of victory, now it's a margin of points. We thank you for hopping in on the NASCAR Cup Series for 2025, and we'll see you in the big 26.